I'm starting to realize that the best creation is nature. So that has, where is man's place in nature? And how can I create with nature instead of against nature? The raw element of creativity is really what everything's all about. You know, as humans we create, you know, and I just love creating. And that's, when I got into it, it was all about drawing for a living. Art, money was like something that was like needed a bridge for me. So I built that bridge, and now it's just kind of going into just trying to tap into someone's mind and really pull out like their feelings and thoughts, and you know, use my creation to give them something that they like, you know. I just saw it being done one day. You know, my friend was doing tattoos out of his house. Rather, my friend's father was doing tattoos out of her house, and I went and saw it being done. Everybody was getting their tattoos, and I just ended up paying more attention to the tattoos than the girl, so she amounted to no relationship, and I ended up getting a tattoo apprenticeship. So it's kind of getting more and more nebulous the more I go, because it's more about just creation, and creation doesn't have any form, it's formless. So the same way I like tattooing is the same way anybody might like creating anything, you know, if they're inspired, right? My first tattoo, I got the kit from the gentleman down the street. He was a scratcher. Before I got my apprenticeship, I tattooed myself, and I tattooed a few of my friends. So I actually ended up touching up the belly button tattoo that I got when I was 15. That was my first official tattoo with a tattoo machine. That wasn't with a sewing needle. Well, you know, I walked in as best I could, and I had on my own initiative, I had brought in some of my own artwork, and then just showed the guy, and it was something where he just said, all right, you can just hang out. And I just stayed there after the interview, and I just started hanging out with the fella, you know, and every day, seven days a week for 2 years, I was at that shop. Everything was there. It was like, you can imagine like 2 years of your whole life. Just, I mean, I guess some people in college, but college times two, because you go into it. I sunk everything I had into it. Like, I vanished. All my friends, everything was gone except for tattooing. A lot of people see the difference in art and science, but you know, I'm just like a curious kind of guy that likes to make things. So I was tattooing for 5 years, you know, and one New Year's Eve, sitting around one of my friends, and you know, we said, what are we gonna do? You know, is there anything else we could do? We got the tattooing down. What else can we do? You know, and you know, so we said, well, let's look at colleges and see what they have to offer. And I didn't know anything about anything. I just was like looking at their curriculums and seeing which 2-word major seemed appealing. And so I went down science, and it seemed kind of nice to make things. And so I ended up spending 6 years at Youngstown State University, and you know, got a chemistry degree and a physics degree, and you know, a bunch of other classes in the meantime. If anybody knows, a bachelor is 4 years, so if you spend 6 years on a bachelor's, you got all kinds of other classes in there too. it has its ups and downs, you know. So, but it's just, you know, at the end of the day, what did you do? You know, I created a nice picture and I hurt somebody. Can I take that part out and just create something nice? You know, so it's still a passion for me, and it's my whole world, but it's at the same time slowly moving away into something a little less destructive, you know.